After years of struggle, affirming the oneness of our nation, one nation under God, when we choose rights over privileges and reason over race and hope over hate, courage over fear, we had a redemptive moment in 2008, the election of President Barack Obama. It seemed that after 3.5 centuries of cracks in our collective souls, we found a moment of healing. As I looked at the president come on the stage that night, tears flowed. It was both the joy of the moment and the journey as to how we got there. Today there's a kind of meanness in the air. Discrediting attacks, you are a liar, they say. You are not a Christian. Tar baby. You're not one of us. Beneath the dignity and the promise of our country. The ship of state is in turbulent waters, and there's mutiny on the ship. There are those who are obsessed with destroying the captain, they're willing to sink the whole ship. Others so determined to protect those on the deck of the ship with tax cuts and privileges and bonuses and tax refunds and globalized capital that hotly want to throw crumbs to those in the hull of the ship. Those in the hull of the ship are facing increasing pain. The water is coming in from the bottom. When the great Titanic sank, it was not because the wind blew chairs off the deck, because water came in from the bottom. Today, the water is rising. 44 million Americans on food stamps. 50 million Americans food insecure. 47 million Americans in poverty. Student loan debt, greater than credit card debt. Guaranteed graduation without a guaranteed job. Unforgivable student loans. It's time for a fundamental change. The LBJ focus on poverty, racial justice, gender equality, child protection, and environmental security. After two tallest trees in American history, transformation would be Lyndon, would be Abraham Lincoln, who led a war to end slavery and save the Union. In some measure, Roosevelt lifted us out of poverty. The taller tree is that of LBJ. He took on the matters of the great moral cracks in our life, racial justice, gender equality, workers' rights, and human rights. He said, now that we're free, that's not enough. We must declare war on poverty. Without a declare on poverty, you're free to starve. You're free to be unemployed. Free not to be able to pay your tuition. Free not to have a decent house. Free not to have medical care. A war on putting forth the funds and the legal measures to make it real. He knew the Titanic did not sink because chairs blew off the deck. The water came in from the bottom. He targeted the vulnerable. He asked the youth to volunteer and their energy with their passion. It was a call based upon need. She knew that on the hull of the ship, at the bottom of the mine, when the lights go out, they all look amazing and simple. If he had made that same speech from Cleveland or Cincinnati, they'd have race-baited the speech. He made it from Appalachia. You couldn't race-bait the speech here in Athens that Lyndon Johnson gave.
Yes.
He knew the dangers of raising the speech of going to the heart of the matter because the greedy tried to devour him. Just as we are now facing, on the one hand, too much concentrated wealth, too much unnecessary wars, too many, and too much poverty. He knows a matter of morality and politics and ethics, and a character is measured by how we treat the least of these. He focused on the plight of the lost sheep, the moral imperative. I was hungry and you fed me, and you didn't. I was naked, you clothed me, and you didn't.